What is clearly a scam, but is so normalized people don't notice. Those keymaster games that usually have something like a switch and a pair of beats and stuff. I work part-time at an arcade and you physically cannot win a prize until the machine has taken its retail equivalent in cash. I just paid for the privilege of setting up my router. Bottled water, like Dasani, especially in places like an amusement park that markups the price a shocking amount. Also, the average markup of bottled water is 4000%, which is ducking outrageous. BC water is literally free most places. Every single person on the internet that sells some sort of millionaire education, it's all bullshit. Every single one of them. They are all ducking liars. Most of them are not even rich to begin with. They fake it enough that some idiots buy it. You are customers to them. Nothing more. IDK, if anyone remembers power balance bracelets from the early 2000s. A lot of celebrities and athletes advertised for them, and they claimed to improve your balance and overall health. Well, being a rubber bracelet made in a factory, it was all nonsense, but they still sold millions of units before shutting down. A new company owns them now, and you can still buy them though. Edit. Yes lol. I heard about this from a Danny Gonzalez video. Here is the link. youtube.com/watch v=0xrioljuano. Paying for cable TV. The whole idea of paying was to create a revenue stream separate from that of marketing. There are a few out there, HBO, I think, but generally we pay to access the content and still have to spend 20% of the time sitting through commercials. Then streaming comes in, and we're free of advertisements again. For a bit. Now YouTube has tons of ads and other streaming services are talking about adding ads as well. Netflix starts doing ads, I'm going right back to torrenting. Edit to ad, because I can't reply to everyone lol. I either do Netflix or find it free to stream on those weird websites you need ad blockers for. I've noticed their ads are through product placement in their original content. I prefer this way of advertising far better than seeing Flo the Progressive Lady 80 times in one Hulu stream. Edit to ad, fuck Progressive. Fuck Flo and all of the other progressive characters. And a huge fuck you to everyone who works on progressive marketing. A guarantee way to never receive by business. Social media. From their happy beginnings, they are now mostly a funnel used to ram as many advertisements into your mind as inhumanly possible. Sponsored posts every third or fourth item. I see you. ig/fb/red/etc. And that's not even mentioning the extensive filtering network that curates the information you get to see when you are looking for something. Curated information is just a nice expression for you being conditioned to form certain opinions/buy more stuff. Social media grew minds. The diamond industry, specifically as it relates to jewelry. Everything that the average person knows about it stems from propaganda and advertisements created by De Beers. They aren't rare. They aren't worth what you pay for them. They don't appreciate in value and are a terrible investment. They aren't special. Listen up. Everything is a scam. Everything. But if you send me $19.99, I can show you how to turn the tables on the scammer and get his money. Limited time offer. Send money now. Cat food. Look at the cat food at a random store and see how the design brags about all the healthy vegetables they've crammed into your obligate carnivore's diet. Then check out the ingredients and see how corn, rice, etc. are often the first ingredients. Pet foods market toward humans by trying to appeal to human sensibilities, not genuine desire to provide your cat with the best diet. Annual college tuition increases. Why aren't they held to a competitive pricing model as opposed to having to take out a mortgage to go to school? Everyone wants to talk about government paying for college education, but there is no conversation on why is it that expensive anyway, especially when some unis have endowments in the billions that just the interest on those funds could literally pay the tuition for everyone that goes through the door. Update. Wow. This went crazy. Thank you everyone for keeping it to a civil discussion on the topic as opposed to going on political rants. And thank you for the awards, kind strangers. Not only does tuition go up every semester, but the full ride financial aid packages that are 90% loans by the last semester. I'm glad you pointed this out. I feel like I have to mention to people all the time. that scholarships and financial aid are filled with costs you can't account for, especially year-over-year tuition increases. Don't get me started about FAFSA, federal aid. I appealed my amount every single year, and even though my family income situation remained the same, the amount I was given was lower and lower. Funerals and everything to do with them. The funeral industry has insane pricing. Some of the funeral homes and vendors are even predatory, getting grieving families to pay upwards of tens of thousands of dollars because that's what the deceased would have wanted. You didn't love your father at all, did you? Was the question that had me slam my fist down on the table. My dad wanted a cardboard box cremation and no memorial. He got a cardboard box cremation and no memorial, with zero upselling from a different cremation service. The state act got a complaint about the first cremation service. Doing your own taxes and paying to use a privately owned software or a service when the government could totally do it for you. Send you the details and ask if it's correct. Edit. I want to mention that I'm in Canada, which is similar to the US in this regard. I use the free version of the TurboTax software and file for free, but they make the free version intentionally incomplete, so I miss out on tax savings. Edit #2. Thanks for every owns free tax software suggestions. Simple Tax and Studio Tax sound great. If I was in the USA I would totally use TurboTax Access.com, but everyone should read the site's Tax Avoidance Hall of Fame. Seriously though, I've been procrastinating on my taxes and am late for the first year ever. Y'all saved me with these suggestions and made me feel the anonymous kind of internet famous with the upvotes and awards. Thank you. People in the US calculate their taxes? I mean, don't you get a letter from the government to pay them certain amount of money? No. The tax preparation companies lobby hard to prevent this from occurring. It is a big business. Most mega churches. I remember an interview with Kenneth Copeland talking about how he needed a private jet to spread religion. And now the Lord has blessed him with 2 of them. Must be why he laughs so hard. ATM fees and low interest savings accounts. Edit. I know times are tough y'all, but as someone who works in the financial industry, if you don't already have a high yield savings account for your liquid funds, I strongly recommend it. Ally. Cap 1. Amex will offer decent rates for what it is. Earning a few dollars in interest is way better than the pennies your big national bank is paying you. Edit 2. I'm typing something up for y'all. A user mentioned below me stocks. It's a great idea for funds you're not going to be expecting to use for the next 6 months to a year. Time in the market is essential. You don't want to attempt to become a day trader. Index funds and mutual funds are your friends. Those portfolios typically track a certain aspect of the market and average out your returns. It's fun to pick individual shares of companies you know, but that's something you really have to sit down and weigh the pros and cons on. Always do your own due diligence. And this is not even considering taxes. I'm definitely not a CPA. Having to pay $100 plus for glasses. Unpaid internships. Fuck anyone who gives unpaid internships. People get exploited like shit. In that and for what? Most times they don't even count. For what purpose? I get so irritated when someone posts unpaid, but you'll be given a certificate. Shut the duck up and do the work by yourself, you lazy ass. Edit. I'm talking about unpaid internships which don't give you anything other than a certificate. There are very few companies which offer unpaid internships that actually provide some value to you. I'm not blaming normal paid internships at all. I went to culinary college. We had to do an internship for around 3 months, one of our full terms, as a requirement for our degree. We still had to pay the school to go work for free if you stayed in the area. Because there were so many students available, why would they pay? The restaurant I worked at employed 3 other students that term as well, meaning they got 140 to 160 hours of free labor every week. I certainly learned things during that time and remember that time well. But I could also have gotten a job earning minimum wage and learned the same things. Well, due to numerous complaints from both my co-interns and future interns the next term, mostly because the chef was a dick, they got banned from having interns by the school. Within 6 months of that ban they went out of business because free labor had been helping keep them afloat. The owner was a nice guy, but the restaurant was failing. If you tell me the truth, I won't get mad, Mom. Timeshares. IDK if it's normalized, but McAfee security service. In my own experience with the service, it's done literally nothing for me, except pop up every time I open my computer or nearly every 4 hours or so. I remember my ex-GF's grandma who fell victim for the service. I tried to talk them down from it and not to pay the service, but I was much too late for any semantics. So I just took it to memory that every computer already comes with security software, and any outside security software, if not installed properly, checked with 100% concentrated power of will, you're going to have a bad time. At least, I'm convinced that the McAfee service is just a virus that makes you pay, similar to some of those other viruses that get your photo via your personal webcam, lock your computer, and show you a copy-pasted photo of a legal document urging you to pay a ransom. What was it? Ransomware. So my belief is that, even though most people may use McAfee as a computer firewall security service, it's more than likely a scam. Downvote me to hell, but at least convince me otherwise first. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.